Hello lovely people, welcome back to the box. Welcome back to another video of stuff I'm seeing in London. We are back with another review. This time we're talking comedy about Spies. So if you want to know my thoughts on this show, stick around and we'll get into it in 2 whole minutes. So we are back with another review. Let's get the spiel out super quick. Ready? Let's go. Sorry, this outfit today is making me really perky and I don't know why. Anyway, for every show that I see, I like to do 2 separate videos, time permitting. First one, the Nervous Guide. That was the last video. The Nervous Guide is basically everything you need to know before you go into the show. Be that sensory warnings, content warnings, view from my seat, running time, merchandise. I'm missing something, but everything you need to know before you go in, just so you are prepared. Hopefully makes you less nervous, fingers crossed. The second video is this one. This is the review. The review is always put in inverted commas because at the end of the day I am just a person who really likes going to the theatre and then talking about it. However, I don't tend to go with people, or if I do, it's my mum and she doesn't really want to talk theatre after the show, so I then come with notes to discuss with a camera, and that's how we do it. So without further ado, let's get into this review. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. So Mischief are back with another show. I am quite the Mischief fan. I have seen most of the productions that they have put out into the world. With the I haven't seen Mind Mangler, I haven't seen Magic Goes Wrong, but from the mainstream in London Mischief canon, if you will, I have seen most. And this is another helping of funny for London's West End. This is a standalone show. It's not part of the Goes Wrong canon, and it is basically what I like to call a Ron seal of a show, in that it does what it says on the tin. It is a comedy about spies. It is set in, I want to say, the Cold War. Do not quote me on that. It is, or the first thing you see when the lights go out is London. I'm sure it's in 1961. I wasn't around. I'm terrible at history, but you know what I mean. This has been written by Henry Lewis and Henry Shields, and it uses a lot of like slapsticky humour and puns and few like double entendres. What I really enjoy about Mischief and their comedy writing is they make it funny, but they don't make it rude. So it is kind of family friendly-ish comedy, which is perfect for everyone. It isn't all just about the joke though. There is a plot and it does get developed through the entire show. So you have got the jokes in there, but you've also got a story to tell. Kind of similar to a previous show that they wrote and had in the West End called excuse me, a comedy about a bank robbery, which I still hope to this day that they bring back at some point, because it was a really good show. But it has the storyline, it has those twists, it has the comedy, it has everything. It's just brilliant. This show has been directed by Matt Carlo, who Mischief have been working with for a while. He is, I believe it's the associate director for all things Mischief on Broadway. He's been working with them since Play That Goes Wrong went to Broadway, and I believe it was 2017. So it is a long running relationship, and he understands what Mischief is all about, and that is what you need in a director, especially for something like this. The other thing I wanted to mention in regards to the creative side of things that I really enjoyed is the set. The set has been designed by David Farley, and it is very clever. For the majority of this show, it is based in a London hotel. There are a few things that are going on. You meet all the big hitters and the big characters early on. So there is 2 Russian spies, 2 American agents, a baker and a banker, and the hotel manager. They are introduced to you relatively quickly in the first act, and you keep on top of all of those people's stories throughout the show. A major part of the set I enjoyed though was the portion in the hotel rooms, which was a brilliant moment in the show anyway, but the way that the set is done is that all 4 of the bedrooms used during that have different colours, different hidden bits and bobs, and yeah, I just really enjoyed that. Also, I really enjoyed the reveal of said hotel rooms, because you kind of aren't expecting them to appear from behind a wall, and I don't know why you wouldn't, but you don't. Moving on to the cast. Now, a major draw for me personally when I booked this, alongside it being a new Mischief show, is that it is using a lot of the what some people describe as the OGs, the original Mischief group, some of which I've seen in previous shows. I saw quite a collection of them was it last Christmas or the Christmas before last, when I saw Peter Pan Goes Wrong. But there were still some that were elusive on my list, and they were doing this show, which made it a sort of extra super cool for me personally. Saying that, it's not like this is all for one person. A Mischief show is very much an ensemble piece. Without one person, the rest of the cogs won't turn. So if one person in that, why have I gone mechanical, because I don't know, if one person, there isn't like one person who is the lead. Everyone works together to make every other thing happen and for the story to progress. For example, one of my personal favourite characters from the show, Sergei, who is played by Chris Lees, would be lost without his like partner in crime slash friend who's not a friend, which is Elena, who is played by Charlie Russell. They both can't work without each other, and on top of that they also can't work with the likes of Bernard or the CIA agents. So everyone is very much helping each other to progress the story, and I really enjoy that factor. So on top of the 2 Russian spies, who are Elena and Sergei, or Chris and Charlie, you have the American agents, who are played by Dave Hearn and Nancy Zammit, which are an excellent duo too. On top of that, you have to throw in the element of the familial bond, if you will, bond spies, between them, because they are playing mother and son. I like that dynamic and how it progresses in Act 2. I'm not gonna say what happens because it's a bit but yeah, I really enjoyed that dynamic. It's always nice to see those 2 work together. Henry Lewis plays the bigger than big actor Douglas Woodbead. There is multiple references to the fact that there are in the Mischief slash in the comedy about spies universe, There is 2 Douglas Woodbeads in the world. They're both famous. One is a cricketer, one is an actor, and yeah, the fact that that is used as a pun and a joke throughout the show is a nice callback. I really enjoyed the way that this show is written in regards to callbacks, because you are told something in Act 1 and it's kind of simmering in the back of your brain, and then it is used throughout the show to make other bits more funny, which is excellent writing. It's like Henry wrote it himself. You also have Greg Tannehill, who plays the manager of the hotel this is set in. He has a few great lines. I also really enjoyed during the scenes where the character of Bernard, who's played by Henry Shields, is going between the 2 sets of agents, and as he being Henry as Bernard gets more and more frustrated and anxious and everything about trying to get between these 2 sets, there is just a collection of instruments being played by Greg, which is just amusing. It's very clever. Speaking of Henry Shields and being Bernard, I really again enjoyed that character. The fact that he is just this baker who works in the high street, or owns a bakery in the high street, is somehow embroiled in this craziness and the franticness that he has as it continues through the story. Very clever. Also really enjoyed the very creative baking curse words. Rounding out the end of the named cast, you have the role of Rosemary, who is introduced at first to the audience in Act 1 as Bernard's girlfriend, who has come away for a banking conference. I also enjoyed that character. She is very much the frustrated girlfriend for most of the play, and she, to me, was a new face because I have not seen her in a show before, and I do have to say big props to her for running on a moving floor in heels in Act 2. I was like looking at her going, how can you run this fast in heels? Impressive. I mean, it's the little things to me, but I was like, whoa. The ensemble, who are mostly unspeaking, apart from a few bits here and there, were very cleverly used. The way that they just kind of move in the background through scenes, making you think it could be anybody who everyone is looking for. There is a line said by Nancy Zammit as Janet, excellent, who says, it's usually the person that you are least suspecting that has done it, or that is the spy. And the fact that they sprinkle these ensemble members through the show, it could be anybody, and it's very cleverly written and executed by the Mischief crew. I, as you can tell, really enjoyed seeing this show. I actually did see it on filming night. They are filming this show in order to, I'm assuming, put it out in the future. So if you hear any laughs in that recording when it comes out, it could be me. You never know. This show only has a few weeks left in London. It is closing on the 5th of September, so you need to get your tickets quickly if you want to go and see the show before it closes. It's another top-notch, excellent piece of theatre from the Mischief comedy crew, and yeah, I really enjoyed watching it. So yeah, go and get yourself a ticket, please, pretty please. But that is pretty much that for now. I'm going to leave this video here because I have breakfast to finish and packing to complete, and then I need to get out of here because I'm going home after one more show, which you might not hear about for a couple of weeks. I don't know the schedule. I haven't worked out what I'm going to do. I do know that this needs to go up quick, otherwise we might miss out. Anyway, I'm going to bid you farewell, say thank you very much for watching. I hope you come back next time for more theatre-based content. But all that I have to say is the usual, I love you all lots, and so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye.